What's up, everybody? This is Cliff here with Hambletontransportation Transportation. Today I am hauling this Terra-gator fertilizer spreader from a farm in Pennsylvania out to a farm in Ohio. Good morning, everybody. Today I am back here in York County. I am headed down to Felton, PA. We are picking up a sprayer this morning, and it is way back in here. So I'm back on some little country road, going back to a farm to pick up a sprayer. So this thing is not heavy, it's like 23,000 pounds, but it is like 11 and a half feet wide. So getting out of the little country roads from the farm should be pretty interesting. Hopefully they don't take me back up through Red Line that I just came through, because that was pretty narrow, just empty. So this is a, I think it's an it's like Agro Innovations Terra-gator. It's an older piece, it's a 1995, but it was sold by this farm to another farm out in Ohio. Sandusky, I think it is. I have to look at the BOL. There's a low-hanging branch called my antenna. The cab. Now, we're supposed to go straight across here. This is Lessick School Road. Big place, plenty of room. See if we can find somebody. We tried to call them this morning, but the number just went straight to voicemail. And it said the website says their hours of operation are Thursdays 8 to 5 or something. So there's some pickup trucks parked down there. I don't see a sprayer. Alright, I'm going to see if there's anybody home. We'll see about picking this thing up. Alright, guys. I believe he is getting it started up and bringing it out. So I am going to get dropped out here. Do you need anything else from me? No?
I think so.
Okay. Deal. I'll get it loaded up and head out then.
Alrighty.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Alright guys, let's see what we're working with here. This one's going to be pretty cool. So, we have a Terra-gator 1664T. Big old wide tires on it. Looks like it's 4-wheel drive. That's pretty sweet. Fertilizer spreader. So I think we will try to get a measurement across the back here, see how wide we are. think we're gonna need outriggers because of how big those tires are. Yeah, it looks like we're like 11.5 feet wide. But because those tires are so big, I just don't know if we'll need outriggers on this thing. Let's get it pulled up to the trailer and get a better look. I think we should pull it on or back it on. So it's 31 feet long. There's definitely more overhang back here. We'll probably back it on. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Definitely a farm truck. What do we got? Oil pressure, water, RPMs, a little speedometer in there, parking brake, throttle, clutch. There's the shifter. Okay. PTO. Alright. Well, let's see if we can get this thing loaded. Huh? Where's the parking brake? It's got air brakes, so it must have an air brake release somewhere. Well, oh, there it is. Let's try second. See where the tires are in the mirrors. That would be the best way to do it, wouldn't it? Actually turns pretty decent. Nope, I can't see anything in the mirrors. I'm gonna have to use the guess and check method, I guess. Looks pretty straight. I can't see the trailer on my passenger side. Okay. I think we're a little too far that way. It. That's got to be pretty close. I'm assuming I'll hit the ramps eventually. There, now I'm up against. Alright. Let's get out and have a look. Have a little look-see. Trying to hang you as you get out. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a last little look at the cab. It's just windows all over. Cool thing, the shifter is in between your legs down here. So it drives just like a truck.
in the spreader box. Pretty basic. Alright, how are we looking? Man, that's pretty close, isn't it? So it needs to go right just a little bit, but pretty close. Okay, so I'm going to set you guys back here, and then I'll go see if I can get this thing onto the trailer. And actually, I think I'm going to back it all the way on, so we're going to move you guys back. Nope, we are definitely off there. Okay, we gotta move over this way. Hey, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. Would you guide me on there?
Yeah.
I can't see anything when I'm in it.
I know. So. I've never driven it.
Yeah. Pretty close. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I got plenty of room up here. I didn't know how long the thing would be. I only have.
I figured once you got it on there.
Yeah, that's what I'd take a look at it and then figure it out. So I just need to pull forward a little bit. It's not too bad. Yeah, they said it was 31 feet, but it's not because my well's 25. So, but yeah, that's not bad at all. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, guys. So we got this thing loaded up. I had to grab, there's a guy driving a forklift. I ran over and grabbed him and had him help me back it on, because I couldn't see anything in this. So I am thinking that the weight is going to be more towards the front of this because the engine's up here and it's empty, but it also has those big tires and the axle and everything in the back. So I don't know, probably about the same. So I'm hoping, because it's light enough, we won't have to run with the rear axle down. That would be nice. Okay, I was also afraid that the mirrors were going to be sticking out, but they're not. They're not any wider than those big old tires we got on there, so we're good. And we got it pretty close to centered, so let's get the truck hooked back up and chain down, and we can get out of here. apologize for the wind. Let's see what kind of weight we have. We are on a little bit of a hill here, but this thing is supposed to be pretty light. So they told us this thing was 23,000 pounds. So I'm just going to inflate my airbags. And then we'll see what our air scales say, and that'll decide if I want to leave that rear axle down or if I can go ahead and lift it. We're still building air pressure, but yeah. Looking like they were pretty spot on about the weight. And it's pretty well centered right in the middle of the trailer, so we look good. So yeah, we're only at, we're still building some air pressure. Yeah. We're at like 26 on the drive and like 27, a little over 27 on the trailer. So if you guys can see that, that's our weights. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that rear axle up because we're allowed up to 34,000 on a tandem back there and we're nowhere near that. So we should be good. So let's go put that up and then we'll take another measurement to get our width. I do want to check the height and then we should be good to chain down and roll out. We have to get permits, so it is pretty wide. But I was afraid I was going to have to run outriggers on this, and there's more than half the tire on the trailer on both sides, so no need for outriggers. We are good. We'll go ahead and lift that. There we go. All right. Let's measure the width back here. See where we're at. Okay, so we're looking like probably 20 inches on that side. We're at probably 16 on this side. So we aren't quite centered, but it's a little wider on the passenger side, which is always good. So 20 and 16 is 36, plus 102 is 138, which puts us at what, 11.4? Is that right? 11.6? What's 11 feet? 10 is 120, 11's 132. So if we're at 138, we're 11.6. So 11 and a half feet, which is what I said, isn't it? Yep. You're right, Cliff. You should listen to yourself more often. All right, I'm gonna call Jen, get these permits in the works, and then we will chain this bad boy down and roll out. That should be good, shouldn't it? Just around the axle there. All right, now back here. Get on the frame. Maybe the frame right there. It's always a challenge getting these old pieces tied down because inevitably there is nowhere to put a chain. Now I could go on either side of the pumpkin there and cross them, but I think I like my frame idea better. Just right in front of that cross member. I can get a chain in there. I can probably get right back here too. Right there and pulling back maybe? That might be better. That's completely boxed there in front of it. Yes, but I'm not going to do that. I can't. It's now with the there. Is there no way? Not right now. No, let me take this thing on the wood. It's only not here. I got the job. It's got now. It's under the Terra-gator. All right, guys. We are loaded up. So, unfortunately, the route they gave us, of course, was right back up through Red Lion, which was narrow coming through with an empty trailer. It's going to be pretty ridiculous going through with this 11.5 foot wide sprayer. But got to do what we got to do. So, yeah, up through Red Lion on 24. I'm gonna go up to Prospect Road or Mount Rose Avenue. It's 124 back over to 83. And then we were actually running 83 right up through Harrisburg onto 22, and then we'll hit 11 and 15. We're taking 11 and 15 up to 147, and we'll hit 80 west off of 147, and that will take us all the way out to Ohio. So, should be a lot of fun. So again, this one is not heavy. It's only like 20,000 pounds. So we're pretty light. Puts us under 70, which is very cool. Don't usually get loads that are that light. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust the microphone so it's not flopping around. Usually we're hauling heavy stuff. This one under 70,000 pounds should get pretty decent fuel mileage with it. It's just wide. I put my height stick on it. We're sitting at about 13.3 high. So no problem there. We're just gonna have to go slow and take the width we need through Red Lion. And you guys will see as we go through there, it is pretty narrow. thing that will help a little bit is I'm able to run with my lift axle up on the trailer. So that means we can turn a little sharper, or a little, we don't have to go as wide around corners, which is nice. It shortens up the wheelbase by about 4 feet. Talking to the farmer there, I guess the guy that owns the farm, and he was saying fertilizer prices are out of control. And I didn't think about that, but with diesel prices up, it's going to put the price of fertilizer up too, because they have to ship it, from overseas and then ship it from the port up to the farm. So he was saying it's high, sitting at the port. I don't know the prices of fertilizer, but I think he said $3.70, and he said that was at the port, and then he has to bring it up to the farm, or pay to get it, shipped up to the farm. So, and then he was saying he has 500 head of beef cattle, and he has a store that he sells steaks out of. And he said his concern is with diesel prices up and the price of gas up and everything. If you have to make a choice on what to stop buying, steak is probably pretty high on that list. He said pork and chicken are cheap, and beef, especially steaks, are high. So he wanted this Iran war to end before planting season, so we can get prices down a little bit. That'll help him a lot. And I'm with him. It's nice to pick something up that's not at the port for a change on a Monday. Usually Monday morning I'm headed to Baltimore and loading up down there, and that usually means it's like 11 or 11:30 by the time I'm headed out from there. This is pretty nice. It's like 9:45. We're already loaded up, rolling, and I don't have to deal with Baltimore. So now we're coming into Red Lion. This part's not going to be fun. It is very narrow, and then there are cars parked on the street on both sides. I'm afraid I'm going to have to take the middle right down through here. It's probably going to piss some people off. I hope if I turn my lights on. That's going to be the problem through here, is that cars are parked. About halfway through.
Spots like this that are not fun. Guys, we made it up here to 83. We're headed through York right now. So red line wasn't too bad. There were a couple spots where we had to stop and let traffic go past before we could get around all the cars that were parked there. But just a couple spots. We didn't hit anything, so I mean that's good, right? If you don't hit anything, it's a win. So I'm going to keep rolling up through here on 83. We'll go up through Harrisburg and then up beside the river and eventually get to 80 West and run that out of the state.
I see the sunrise creeping in. Everything changes like the desert wind. Here she comes and then she's gone again. And I'm just a traveler on this earth. Sure as my heart's behind the pocket of my shirt. I just keep rolling till I'm in dirt, 'cause I'm a traveler. Just like the rubber turning on the ground, always lost and nowhere bound. I'm just a traveler on this earth. Sure as my heart's behind the pocket of my shirt. I just keep rolling till I'm in dirt, 'cause I'm a traveler.
Hey guys, we are up here on I-80. I'm going to stop and get some fuel at the Pilot here. We have about 300 miles to go to Vanadosha, but we're not going to get all the way there tonight. We actually booked up a hotel in Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Quality Inn there, and there's a truck parking club parking spot back behind it, so I booked that as well. There's a Pilot right there at the hotel, but it's very small, and with an 11.6 wide load, we'd have to book 2 reserved spots, so it'd be like 40 bucks. The truck parking club is 25 bucks.
So we went ahead and did that, but I do need to get some fuel. Also, we did book up a load out of Romulus, Michigan. It's just a legal wheel loader going down to North Carolina. It's paying a decent rate. And then we were able to snag a load out of Kernersville, North Carolina. It's a big John Deere 300 excavator going to Lebanon, PA. So that will round out my week. Should get me home Thursday, and then I will deliver that excavator on Friday morning, and that'll be it. So we have our plan. Now we just need to execute that plan and get everything picked up and delivered, which shouldn't be a problem time-wise. I think we'll have plenty of time to do it. So that's where we're at so far. So I'm going to go in here and get some fuel, and then maybe I will switch up the camera, put it somewhere else, get you guys a little different vantage point. Do any of these look wider than any other ones? It's a big truck stop, isn't it? Lots of pumps. I don't know if I've ever been at this one. I think this is in... Where am I? I lose track of where I am. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see, where am I at? Brookville. I'm in Brookville, PA. So, alright, I'm gonna go in here, or get out here and get some fuel, and I will talk to you guys later. We're gonna take off and keep moving. Hey guys, I don't know how long my battery's gonna last. Got pulled in at the Ohio way station here, and he's measuring everything. So they pulled me in, he asked for my license, my permit, and now he's got a tape laid down. I guess he's measuring length. I'm sure he'll do width. So we'll see what he has to say. All right. So we got pulled into the Ohio scale here. I guess they were pulling all the oversizes in tonight. So they pulled me in. Weights were all good. I'm not over. I said I was only like 28 on my trailer axle. So then he came out with a tape measure and measured my total length and my width, and then said I was good to roll. And he said I can take the outside lane. Making that guy go back through. So yeah, he literally just looked at my permit and then, you know, measured stuff and said I was good to roll. So no problem. All right, so we are 152 miles from the hotel. So that should be my last stop until I get up to the hotel in Upper Sandusky. I figured on being there about 6:30. I think it's actually going to be closer to 7 because of that stop there. But nothing I can do about that. I mean, if they want to pull you in, they pull you in. And it's Ohio, so I'm setting the cruise to 62. I don't need a ticket for 65 and a 55, or 65 under a permitted load, or whatever they give you a ticket for. So, let's keep rolling.
Somebody else will have to sing along, sing along. I'm just a traveler on this earth. Sure as my heart behind the pocket of my shirt. I just keep rolling till I'm in the dirt, 'cause I'm a traveler. Oh, I'm a traveler. I couldn't tell you, honey, I don't know where I'm going, but I've got to go.
Hey, we're over here at Bucyrus. So this is the only little detour we have. They have a lane closed there on 30, and I guess that bridge is pretty narrow with the lane closure, so they have me ramping off and then jumping right back on the other side of the bridge. So, but that was the only detour we had in Ohio. All right. So now we got that little detour done. We have 17 miles to get over to the hotel. So I should be getting there right around 7 o'clock. All right. This is our exit for the hotel. Going over to the Quality Inn here in, this is Upper Sandusky, Ohio. I stayed here one other time, and because I was I think it's Choice Privileges member, they gave me a free upgrade to a jacuzzi room, which is pretty nice. Had a little soak. So maybe they'll do that again. That would be pretty nice. I'm not holding my breath though. You'll see when we pull in here, this is a tiny little truck stop, this Pilot. So I was sure I wouldn't be able to get a parking spot. And you can reserve 2, especially because I'm 11.6 wide. I'd have to reserve 2 prime spots at the truck stop, and then reserving 2 side by side would be hard to do. So, and more expensive than just getting this truck parking club spot back here. So, and then I can just walk up to the hotel here. Okay, it looks like those are the spots there, over in the corner. Wonder if there's room for me to turn around here. I do have my lift axle up, so that'll make spinning around a little easier. They have it blocked off so you can't get back there. Well, yeah, but how are you supposed to pull in there? Got everything blocked off. I don't know how you're supposed to turn around. Well, I got to figure out a way to get turned around here. Maybe I can back up and pull out that way. And then back in all the way back to the spot. I don't know how close I am to that. They don't give you a lot of room, that's for sure. I don't know how they expect people to do this. They don't give you any room to turn around. But I did get turned around. So they have a forklift, a telehandler parked across the road there. So you can't spin around back here. And then they have cars parked in front. So you don't have a lot of room. It's not very well thought out. I guess I could have pulled straight in, but and I don't know how I would have gotten out in the morning. I'm trying to get over here to the side because there's 2 spots. Gosh, it's soft. And this is not great. I mean, if you're gonna have trucks coming in here, and you have to have it set up for them to come in. Let's see what that looks like. All right, I'm gonna get the camera out and I'm gonna take you out and show you what I encountered when I got here, and then we'll take a look at this parking spot and I'll show you it's not compacted or anything. So hopefully I don't have problems in the morning. I don't think I will, but yeah, not the greatest setup here. All right, so let me show you guys. I pulled in here and came around, and then you get over here and they have a telehandler sitting there in the way, so you can't even pull up and blindside in. Yeah, just not a lot of room in here to turn around. I figured I'd come back and I could spin around back here in the back, but there's not room. So they didn't think this out really well. And then over here, you can see this is just kind of soft. A little bit of stone on it, but pretty soft. So you could feel the trailer's resistance against the trailer as I was backing in, because it was kind of sinking in. But we made it in. So that is it for me tonight. Sorry, wind is probably making noise. That's it for me tonight. I'm gonna check in at the Quality Inn over there and spend the night here. I'll be up in the morning and we will get the last 75 miles done and get this fertilizer spreader delivered. See you in the morning.
Time reveals some of the road, and I'm a traveler. Oh, I'm a traveler. I'm just a traveler on this earth. Sure as my heart's behind the pocket of my shirt. I just keep rolling till I'm in dirt, 'cause I'm a traveler.
Alright guys, that one is all done. Sorry, not a lot of talking this morning. It's very windy out, and I was pretty sure you guys wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. So I figured I'd just get it unloaded, let you guys see that, and then I talked to you in here. So they actually changed our delivery address last night. The guy that was getting this, the receiver, texted Jen and asked if I could bring it to this location instead of taking it out to Vandadocia. So this is actually Elida, Ohio. So it was about 20 miles closer. So we said, yeah, that's fine. You know, so we just brought it here this morning. And then he was here already. So I pulled in, got it unloaded, and we were good to roll. Not a problem. I want to change my, because I don't need those. Okay. So yeah, that was very easy this morning. Pulled in, he said go ahead and unload it right there. We got it off the trailer. I don't know what I'm doing here with gears. Got it off the trailer, and we are ready to roll out. So from here, I am headed up to Romulus, Michigan, to a Herc Rentals up there, loading up a wheel loader. It's just a legal load, but it was paying pretty decent to get us down to North Carolina, where it's a lot easier to get loads. And then we were actually able to snag a load out of Turnersville at the John Deere plant there. I don't know how much. Oh, I'm good. So, and that one's taking us back up to Lebanon, PA. So that'll take us back to the house. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. The channel's still growing, so you guys must enjoy the videos at least a little bit. If you like this one, give it a like, a thumbs up. If you like the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I try to keep putting videos out. Sometimes I get a little busy and I'm not able to do as much editing as I would like, but I will try to stick with it and get 1 or 2 videos out a week. So until next time, from Elida, Ohio, this is Cliff with Hambletown Transportation. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys out there on the road.